Okay, Jennifer.
Alright, double sword.
You're not helping me.
You should call.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, I guess.
Pick on the guy who can't feel tokens.
Double sword.
You're really not helping me. As I said, there's 6 double swords in that bag, and it's the most plentiful of the resources.
Chariot.
Chariot. Okay. Come on, catapult.
Catapult.
There we go. Okay. Come on, standard. I'm using my psyche.
Double sword.
My psychic abilities suck.
Yes, honey. Nobody ever said you were psychic.
Psycho.
Yes, I was thinking that I was going to be. And it's wild, so...
Bingo! Ave Caesar.
I'm going to do a little Ave Caesar also.
Okay, my number is 67. What's yours, Jennifer?
44.
Okay, so Jen will go first.
So I'm going to complete this. Put this over here. That also lets me rearrange all my legions on my objectives as we see fit. So does that mean I only get to rearrange the ones that are on the objective?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that one's completed.
Yeah. Rearrange all your legions on your objectives as you see fit. I'm a little confused by that one.
What?
Does that mean to rearrange the ones that were on here also?
No, because you can't
Just the
do the benefit of that until it's completed.
Okay.
It's only what's in your player area at the time. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to rearrange them. I will take He-Man down there.
He-Man?
Yeah, he looks like He-Man.
Yeah, he kind of does.
And this one kind of looks like Jesus.
Okay. What's the new objective card there, Jennifer?
My dudes over.
Oops.
You can knock your dudes off. I don't know. Danny DeVito.
Okay, so this guy here, what he means is for every objective completed with this red banner on it, you get 5 points at the end of the game. Okay, now I also finished an objective card at another senator, so I have 3 senators. I would automatically get this one. This bonus tile here for 2 points. Now, I have 5 objectives done. I could take this. I don't know if I want to hold off or not, because... No, I'm not, because Jen's closer to completing another one than I am. So I'm going to take that. I guess I'll go with the center. Okay. And Jennifer will now grab another tile.
Oh, I have to put all the tiles back because they were...
Oh, is the wild card?
Yes.
Okay.
And a dagger.
Unfortunately, I don't have any. You're not helping me, Jen.
And a standard.
I do have one of them. Now, which one do I want to do? This one, because it's the only one I have.
A shield.
A shield. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to finish this one up.
And a standard.
I only had one. You're not really helping me, Jen.
I'm sorry. And a wild.
A wild? Okay.
Yes.
So, I'll go with this one here.
So add the tokens back. Shake it up. Pretend to pass the bag along. And we have double swords. Which I could move, but I'm not going to. And a catapult.
Okay.
And a standard.
You're not helping me.
So Ave Caesar.
I knew it. That's why I didn't go for the 10-pointer.
So I complete him, and then I also get to automatically complete another one.
Which triggers the end of the game.
Oh yeah,
so
awesome.
Choose one, Jennifer.
I'm going to choose this one. And then I get this.
Right. Okay, now as I said, Jen completed 7 victory, or
7 objective
cards. That triggers the end of the game. Now we'll go in the scoring of the game. Okay. So.
It does come with a score pad. We've never used it.
No. Okay, so I'll look at the score pad to see how we're going to do it on the video. But okay, Jennifer, ready? First thing we have is our bonus tiles. So, let's see, I have 8, 10, 15 with the bonus tiles.
I have 19 with the bonus tiles.
I hate you.
I know.
Okay. Now we have our objective cards with the question marks. The first one we're going to do is for the objective cards with points.
Oh.
Okay, so I have 9, 21.
I have 32.
Okay. The next one we're going to do is one card with the question mark. Okay, so I'm going to do this guy here. He will give me 1 point for every shield symbol on my complete objectives, up to a maximum of 8. So let's see what I got here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for him.
Okay.
What do you got?
My first one gives me 4 points for each dagger symbol I have. So I have 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 points. It was a max of 20.
Okay. We go on to another one.
Yeah.
With a question mark. So I get 2 points for every senator. That's 6 points. Jen won this game. Do you have any other ones?
Yes, I have one that gives me 1 point for each double sword I have, which I have 7, but it's a max of 6, so I get 6 points.
Okay, 6. So, let's see, 10. Jen has 69, I have 46. She wins again, as usual. And that is how you play Augustus. Rise of Augustus.
I'll be Caesar.
So stay tuned for our final thoughts. Get gaming, have fun. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, Jennifer, so today we played...
Rise of Augustus.
Yes.
Or Gamer Bingo.
Yes. I'm Barry Reynolds.
I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
That's her stand-in because she's a little shy, camera shy.
Oh.
I know it sounds a little weird. Seems a little weird to people. I've actually got a couple comments on that, but
What,
that is
really?
what it is. Yeah.
What do they say?
And we never see her wife.
Because I'm
There was
imaginary.
actually a couple questions about that.
What? Why?
Because I don't wear a ring and blah blah blah.
Oh, because you lost it.
Whatever. We digress.
Yes,
So
we
Jennifer,
usually do.
we did Rise of Augustus. As Jennifer said, many people, not only myself, consider it gamer bingo. Now, before we get into the final thoughts, on Tabletop Day, which is a thing Will Wheaton and Geek and Sundry does once a year to promote tabletop games, board gaming, we played this with one person who has been somewhat exposed to the hobby games and 2 people who have never been exposed to them. And they picked up on this really easily. You know?
Yeah, they really enjoyed this game.
Yes.
Super easy.
I call it a gateway game because, like I said, they're not exposed to hobby gaming at all, and they picked up on it. You know, by about the middle of the first game, they pretty much had it down. By the second game, they really had it down.
Yeah, because your aunt even won once.
Yes. The hardest part of it is the symbols for what the bonuses on the objective cards are.
But even us as experienced players, I like to keep that guide next to me because we do play so many games that it's nice to just glance over and, oh yeah, that means that.
Yes. Well, they did it to be language independent.
Yeah. It's not difficult. I mean, we get it if we don't have it there. I just, I usually keep it out just in case.
Yes. Well, should we start on the positives or negatives?
Sure.
Which one?
Positives?
Okay. What are the positives?
It's easy. It's not super long.
No.
It's a fun game.
Yes.
The box says that it takes about 30 minutes, and I think that's about what it took us. Probably a little less, actually.
Yeah, whenever we do these videos, it takes longer because we're explaining what we're doing. And then once we go through a couple rounds, we'll speed it up. But yeah, the first, depending on the game, but first couple games are a little slower because we're going step by step what we're doing.
Yeah.
With 2 players, yeah, it's probably going to get done in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it probably took us about 20.
The most we've played it with, I think, was 5.
Yes.
And that took, like, it was that tabletop day, and they were learner. All 3 of them. It was the first time they played it. I'm going to say it took about 40 minutes.
But
the first game.
They liked it so much we played it again.
Yeah, and then the second game was about a half hour.
Yeah.
As with any game, there's a bit of a learning curve. So, what do you think about it? You know.
I like this game. It does have some similarities to Bingo. But, it's not Bingo.
Well, yeah, they call it Gamer. It's a more strategic version of Bingo. Where, there is chance by what you draw out of that bag, but you're strategically trying to figure out how to maximize your points by placing, which objective cards to complete, which ones to take out of the market, which bonus tiles to grab first. So yeah, it's more complex than Bingo. It's got the base core mechanism as Bingo, but yeah, I like it. Like Jen said, this is a good introductory game. I'd put it up there with Ticket to Ride and Carcassonne. And now, if I remember right, this won the Spiel des Jahres last year or the year before, one of them years.
I don't know.
The Spiel des Jahres is Germany's big gaming award. Okay. There's a couple different categories. I believe this one was in the family. I think it was in 12. I think it beat out Hanabi. So it might have been 13. It might have been last year.
Well, does it say on the box whether that won an award or nominated?
Well, they were both nominated. I just don't remember what years.
Hanabi's right there.
Is it? No, because we probably got this after the awards.
Okay.
Yeah, so, this is a very good introduction to the hobby. As I said, along with, Ticket to Ride, Carcassonne, Alhambra. Yeah. I think this is actually probably easier than all of them, with the exception of maybe Ticket to Ride.
It's got easy setup, easy play.
Yes. Now there's not a ton of player interaction. There's a little bit with those red bannered bonus objective cards where
there's a little screw the next guy with that.
Yeah, very little. Like I said, those red bonus objective, the red bannered ones will allow, if you complete it, it'll force the other players to take either 1, 2, or all of their legions off of their cards.
Just one card.
Huh?
It's just one card, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although the other one might be 2 cards.
There's a 1, a 2.
No, we put it away.
And then there's 3.
Yeah, no.
Which is all on one card.
Yeah, but
I think then there's one other one.
I think there was one where you take one of your legions off of one objective cards. And they had another one which was the same exact symbols, but there was 2 of them.
Right, and that means you take 2 off of one card.
Is it 2 off of one card or 1 off of 2 cards?
Okay, you got a point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. So yeah, that's about the only player interaction there is. It's a Euro game. That's how the majority of Euro games are. There's not a lot of player interaction.
There's meeples.
Jen does like her meeples, the little Legion meeples.
I thought they were dudes with a backpack.
Yes, they're not. They're shields.
Yeah.
That's what Romans carried.
Yeah.
Now, the theme of the game is you're supposed to be helping Augustus build the empire through the objective cards.
I did better at that than you did.
Yes, you did.
I'm just kidding, baby.
The theme's kind of loose. It's, again, most Euro games. Not all, but a lot of them are that way. What about the art? You like the art?
Yeah, it's alright.
I thought they put a lot of thought in the art, especially on them territory cards, where you're only looking for gold or wheat.
Yeah, there is a little much. I think they're trying to put something maybe that historically is known from that region. But yes, really, you only need to look out for gold and wheat.
Yes. Not saying it's a bad thing.
But it could confuse new people to the game.
Yeah, I actually think they did have a problem with that when we played it.
Yes, because they were looking at all the symbols.
Yeah.
I do remember that one problem was a certain uncle. When, let's just say, a double sword was called, he was filling all of them in. That was just first.
I don't know if that was the game's fault or the explanation fault.
That might have been we explained it wrong.
Or his lack of attention when we were, because he was the only one that. Yeah. Yeah. Now the components, they're pretty decent quality. They're good components.
The cards aren't chintzy, but they shuffle nicely.
Yes. I got the square card thing.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's just me. I don't like them square cards too much.
Is that one of your negatives about the game?
Well, no, that's just one of my personal preferences. I mean, the quality of the cards are nice. The tiles, they didn't have to go with tiles for the bonus tiles. They could have went with cards, but they chose not to. Same thing with the. I guess the tokens you pull out, they would have had to been, or you might have been able to flip card or something. But now in the video, Jen was the town crier the whole time, just because I have a hard time.
He would always pull out two
or three. Yeah. My hand's the carpal tunnel, so that's normally you would pass it to the player to the left. Yeah. As Jen said, there was a score pad in the book. We rarely use it. We usually do it in our head. I don't even think we did it when we play it with new people for the first time.
No, today is the first time we ever used a score pad.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, anything else? I mean...
No, that's it. I mean, do you have anything bad about the game?
No, like I said, the square cards are my personal thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just my personal preference.
I think it's a good idea that they went with the tokens and instead of more cards for the bonuses and stuff.
Right.
Because, it would have been all the same. It stands out, it pops out,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it gives it randomness in the game.
Yeah.
I do like the strategic aspect of it. It's just not plain bingo, like you said. You got to think about, do you want to go for the 3 senator bonus tile? Or, do you choose something that'll be easier to complete that's not worth as many victory points, or hold off on something that's more, it's a little tougher to complete but worth more victory points? And, which objective do you want to get that has more of the bonus on the card or straight out victory points and stuff like that? So there is a bit of thinking, involved in it. It's not just straight out bingo.
No, I mean, other than that, you're pulling tokens and calling tokens from a bag, and then you have to fill in a card. That's the only bingo parts of it.
Yes. Now you'll hear a few bleeping outs in this one.
Because Barry, instead of saying Ave Caesar like the instructions say you should, says bingo, bleepy bleep.
Yes. Me and my sister were talking about that. It's a line from Boys in the Hood, I think it was, where they would say domino, mother instead of bingo, like I did. It's just something that always stuck. Yeah, I'll bleep it out. It's just something that's, I do. I do the same thing with Coracle.
Yeah, but that's the B word. Oh, no, you do.
Yes. As I said in that interview with Chaz there, I do try to watch my language in here. It's just, that's a force of habit.
It's part of his vocabulary, his daily
It's
vocabulary.
one of my favorite words. Anyway.
You know, it's 2 words. It's not.
No,
The way you
how
say
many
it.
syllables you use. All right. Anyway,
What word they say?
We digress.
I know.
So yes, that was Rise of Augustus. Like I said, we haven't done a gateway game in a while, and we've been wrapped up on the new hotness and all that, and more complicated games. But that's just how this channel is. It's called a gateway game. Runs through. It's more of a like a journal of sorts of my gaming taste. Yeah. Well, now our gaming taste, but I don't always play gateway games. Should throw out the name of the channel a little better, but
you're digressing.
Yes. So that was Rise of Augustus, or Augustus if you're in Europe. It depends. Like we said, it's a good gateway game. It's good to bring people into the hobby. Something you're interested in. There's many other videos on the internet. You could also check it out, at your gaming club if somebody has it, or, your gaming store.
Or we'll give you our address. You'll come over to our house. I'm just kidding.
It's pretty cheap. I don't remember the exact price, but it's for hobby games. It's not real expensive.
It's affordable?
Yes, it's affordable.
You don't know the MSRP?
No. And like I said, you could bring this out, with more experienced players or brand new people to the hobby.
Yeah. So
that was Augustus. Thanks for watching.
Get gaming and have fun.
See you next time.
Alright, what do you think about this game? You're gonna leave that in, aren't you?
Hit record.